I'd like to stay, but I might have to go to start over again. I might go back down to Texas or go to somewhere that I never been. And get up in the morning and go out at night, and I won't have to go home. Get used to being alone. Change the words to this song and start singing again.
And we are live! Thank you very much, James, for making that in stereo. So we got a lot of audience participation on this side, not a lot of audience period on that side. That's okay. Welcome back once again to the fabulous and historic HotBox and the fabulous and historic Ming Lounge and the even more fabulous and historic Republic Cafe. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, all right, come on through, my man. It's cool. If you're going to the toilet, just follow the line on the floor. You guys, I am your host, Christopher Boatwright. I'll be joined this evening by Hannah S.K., or as I like to call her, Hannah J.K., because of comedy. You guys get that, right? Because all the best comedians have dumb fucking stage names, don't they? Right? Well, because if you're not funny, have a funny name so people know why you're yelling into a fucking microphone, like Shenanigans. That'd be a good fucking name. What's a synonym? What is a synonym? Hijinks. That's a fucking great comedy name. Ooh, you gotta be funny with that fucking name. Or Cancer. Oh my goodness, you guys. What was I doing today? I'll tell you a little quick about the HotBox. You haven't been here before, haven't been here in a while. Sets are 7 minutes long. I know it's tedious. 7-minute long sets. When you're doing a set, we will try to flash the light, the upper light red, and then back to white to let you know you got a minute left. But if that doesn't do it for you, you've got decent eyesight. We keep a running counter on the counter over here. You can kind of keep an eye on that and say, oh, I got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. You don't even have to say that out loud. That's the cool thing about the counter. It's a real common joke in here that people get to around 30 seconds and they say, I got 30 seconds left. You don't need to tell us. We'll know when you're done, when you stop talking into the microphone and walk away. We don't need, it's not NASA. If you're going to blow up a bomb fest, then maybe a countdown would be fine. Otherwise, we're good, you guys. We're fucking legit with that. I'm a big sci-fi nerd. I'll get that right out in the open, right off the bat. I love sci-fi. I love this age that we're living in. There's so much fucking science fiction and comic book shit on TV that you don't actually have the time to watch it all. Like, you actually get to go, like, maybe I'll only watch the best 3 fucking shows about people in capes and fucking tall boots this week. It's great. It's great. And the movies are fucking great. Even the terrible movies are fucking great. You don't understand. I grew up with Star Crash and shit like that. Go look it up. It's terrible. It looks like Italians made it. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. Some good anti-Italian sentiment in here. Nice. That's beautiful. But this is the one I saw. This is the one that got me kind of like, not concerned because I'm excited to see it, but Birds of Prey. Anybody familiar with Birds of Prey? Birds of Prey, Margot Robbie's. Fuck yeah. Birds of Prey. You know who's playing Black Canary on Birds of Prey? Jussie Smollett's sister's playing Black Canary on Birds of Prey. That's fucked up. Not because I wish her any ill. I think great, get her the fucking job. I'm worried for her, right? Because if there's anybody you can abuse on the set of a fucking movie production right now, it's somebody with the last name fucking Smollett, all right? You're going to be like, you could do anything, and the cops are going to show up and say, like, what do they do to you? Yeah, okay. What's your name? Have a good night. All right. Have a fucking good name. That's already costing Chicago money. We don't want to get involved in that shit at all. I'm excited about that fucking show. I'm excited. I am a nerd. Filling your day with nerd shit has become easier, but also more difficult. There's a lot of shit that they pull you away with, and, it's not as popular as it was, but they keep launching, like, new variations. Remember Pokemon Go? Pokemon Go is kind of fun. They got other ones out there that are basically the same fucking game. It's just this augmented reality thing. You walk around looking through your phone, and that seems like a lot of fun. I actually like Pokemon, and some of the other variations of games they got out there seem pretty interesting and kind of an excuse to leave the house, which I'm ambivalent about. But here's the problem, man. Like ghosts, if I understand every movie I've ever seen about ghosts are dead spirits with unfinished business. How many of those people were just like stamp collectors that were like 2 stamps away? I want to fuck with some Pokemon Go. That just seems like the odds of me hanging around weird fucking branding locations when I'm dead go way up. If that happens to me, you guys, I don't know. Pokemon Go. I got 2 laughs. I should get the fuck out of here right now. Shit, man. Oh man, I'm not even gonna fuck with any Kobe Bryant jokes right now. Maybe later. Let me go smoke a bowl and fuck with some Kobe jokes. That's fucked up, man. You guys, I'm so glad to see you all out here. I'm glad to see you comedians out here. I'm glad to see friends of comedians, soon to be no longer returning your phone call, friends of comedians in here. why'd you drag me to that fucking thing at that smelly Chinese restaurant? It just happens, man. That's what happens. There's worse shit to get dragged into in Old Town.
Yeah.
Heroin deals, you know, I mean, come on, man. Moving bodies, you know, it happens. You know who keeps the body moving, who keeps the body rocking? This guy's coming up to the stage. He is the frizz of madness. He is the joy, the joie in my de vivre. Let's give it up for Mr. James Fitz, everybody!
Who loves you, baby? That's right. Laura was just talking about ghosts, right? Oh, where they got that unfinished business, you know? Got me thinking to myself a little bit. You think ghosts are mostly just people with OCD? You know, like the percentage of ghosts, how many of them you think got OCD, right? They're like, I want to go to heaven, but I think the garage door might still be open. Is the oven still on? I gotta go back and just one more check. Or I was also talking about how comedians, they got funny names, you know? Funny names. I got a funny name, you know, my name's James Fitz, you know? That's not my real name. It's really James Fitzmaurice. You know, but that's less wieldly, as I like to say it. More unwieldy would be another way to say it. James Fitzmaurice. Well, that's why I go by James Fitz, you know? Fitz. Much better. It's a lot more wieldly, as I like to say. Anyway, I was thinking about bestiality recently. You guys thinking about bestiality recently? And I was thinking about that term, you know? Because mostly when you think of bestiality, you're thinking about a human having sex with an animal. Blah, 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 right? We've all thought about that. That's like number one.
No.
But how much are you thinking about the animals having sex with the humans, right? Like, when I think about being afraid of animals, that takes it to another level, you know? Right? You know, a giraffe, he seems all innocent up there until you get more concerned about the possibilities of what can happen. She doesn't even know what I'm talking about over here. So maybe I'll keep it vague so then she'll continue to not know. But then I was thinking, what about like animal on animal, right? How much is that happening out in the wild that we don't even know about? Right? What do you even call that stuff? Would it be the same name, I think? But you gotta think there's some kind of like dominance power plays going out there in the kingdom, you know? That's how they make new animals, I think. Like some tiger's like, I'm running this shit, like get out of my kingdom. It's all dominant stuff, you know? Or maybe there's like a really, well, I would do it. What else was I thinking about besides bestiality? Probably at least one other thing, right? I usually go to my notes, but I'm going to be going to my notes a lot today because I'm not coherent today. Oh yeah, here's another thought I had today. You ever throw up and then think to yourself, I should chew more?
Yeah.
That hot dog's almost, looks kind of tasty still almost, you know? I recognize its shape. Still got all its good color in it. I could have been chewing that more, you know? Get some more chews out of it. Then it also probably wouldn't be as rough coming up. You know, it's so rough in those big chunks. A nice puree. That'd be better next time. So anyway, that's on my to-do list. It's not really. It's not the joke list. That's the to-do list. Chew more. You ever hear the thing you're supposed to chew 100 times? Has anyone ever heard that before? Chew 100 times. It's kind of an old-fashioned thing. You ever done it before? Chew 100 times. Your mouth you hurt. It hurts your mouth. That's how you get those good jaw muscles. Yeah. To-do list, I think, I suppose. Oh, well, I was thinking about being blind recently. You know, sometimes I empathize with the blind. You know, and I was thinking if I was blind, man, that'd be frustrating, right? You know, you're growing up and you're blind. And I was like, how many times do you think blind people like hit themselves in the head really hard? You know, just like hoping, like, hey, maybe there's just like one little thing loose, you know, it'll all come, like give it a Fonzie elbow and all those synapses will connect back together.
I want to know.
You know, because it's like, what's the, you know, when the win is so great, you know, that could, you know, you get your sight back, and the loss, you know, you hurt your head a little bit. That happens a lot probably already. You're right, if you're blind, you might be running into things with your head. Hey, when's the last time you told a lie?
Probably today.
Today?
Girl.
What was it?
I don't know.
Sounds like it must have been serious. I actually kind of like it as a mystery. Nobody knows. What was the secret? You know, and if you said what the lie was, then I wouldn't know what the truth was, too. You could lie to me right now, and then that'd be the newest lie. The other day I was walking by this group of white ladies, right? And one of them said to the other one, they're walking by this like garden or whatever, "Is that sage?" And then I've never seen a gaggle so precisely personified. They're like, sage. Anyway. All right, that's been pretty good. I've been James Fitz. I'll see you guys next week.
Keep it going for James and his lack of jaw muscles. Chew your fucking food, James. Me and James actually, we do a podcast together. Yeah, it's called the Goldblum Room. You guys are all familiar with it.
All right.
Yeah, you guys want to look that up? It's cool. We have a Facebook page. It's official. Okay. You, I hate to point you out right here, but you're wearing the Jurassic Park shirt, so you should definitely check out the Goldblum Room.
Okay.
It's a podcast about Jeff Goldblum.
Next episode, Jurassic Park.
For you. Which I am amazed at James, because the episode we just did, literally before we left, is the blind guy got hit in the head with a golf ball, and it cured his blindness. Like, I'm assuming he came up with that, like, on the way over here. That's the kind of talent we're working with here, guys. Alright, guys, our next comic, no relation to Andy Kaufman, I guess, but you guys want to give it up for Jonathan Kaufman?
Hi, everyone. I want to croon into this mic. I won't do it, though. I can't sing. Have you ever been so hungover that your phone won't unlock because the Face ID doesn't recognize you anymore? That's a bad sign. That means you need to drink more water. Well, like if your electronics start malfunctioning from how unhealthy you look. I got a little depressed recently thinking about my life, thinking about how I'm 34 years old and I don't have a girlfriend or any prospects for one. I don't like my job, I'm not good at my job, and I don't make any money. And then I thought about it some more and I realized something. I'm 35. 35 years old, and I can't grow a beard, which is particularly difficult in Portland. But yeah, I can't grow a beard. Like, my beard gives off a real radiation victim vibe. Like, I like to think of it as Chernobyl chic. But apparently the patchy look is really not in this season, so maybe it'll grow in when I turn 36, right? Something to look forward to. Yeah. Another reason I wasn't feeling too good lately was because I was sick. Not throwing up undigested food sick, but still pretty sick. Was stuck in bed for 5 days, couldn't move, couldn't even charge my phone. And then after 5 days, when I finally got better and I plugged my phone in, no messages, nothing. Friends, family, work didn't even wonder where I was. Actually, I had one voicemail. It was like, hey man, I haven't heard from you in a while. Wanted to see how you're doing. Also, I got some primo shit at a bomb price, so give me a shout. So now my emergency contact is Brad from Beaverton. Because it's not all just business with Brad. He cares about me. He cares about me. I'm not surprised my parents didn't call me. I don't have the best relationship with them. I always had this feeling like I wasn't their favorite, you know? Mainly because they would say that to my face all of the time. And I'm an only child. Yeah. I have a Jewish father and a Catholic mother. That's the punchline right there. No, that makes me a guilt ninja, basically. Like, I can take any type of guilt. But yeah, I know what you're wondering. He has a Jewish father. Is he circumcised? And thank you for asking. I am. And the reason that I'm circumcised is because Jews will take 10% off of anything. Hey, yeah, that's a real A joke. That's my 70s lounge material, huh? Yeah. My mother's from Belgium, so she's a French speaker, but she only spoke French to me when she was criticizing me, so now I'm fluent. Yeah, I've been working on my self-esteem though, I have. I got the advice that I should go to the gym because that would help my self-esteem. That was terrible advice. When I walked in the first day, I was actually feeling good. I had like a little t-shirt on, my little shorts, you know, when I get in. And as soon as I walk in, some guy looks me up and down and goes, "Oh, looks like you skipped leg day, bro." I skipped everything day, bro. There are no days involved in the making of this. I had a day at the gym. That was my last day. But yeah, the other self-esteem booster that I had was going to a high school reunion where I realized that my biggest accomplishment in life so far is not going bald. I was talking to these like old classmates and they have beautiful wives and six-figure jobs and nice cars, and I was like, yeah, well, I guess you can't have everything. It's the little things. It's the little things, yeah. I am jealous of the ones that own their own home, because the only way I'm ever going to own a home is if my dad slips in the shower. That usually gets groans, and then people groan more when I tell him he's actually already dead. So, yeah. I told that joke to my dad, and when I came to visit him again, he had installed a slip bar in the shower to grab on if he slipped. So I loosened the screws. Yeah. Murdering my father. Anyway, no, I rent an apartment. It has the thinnest walls in the world, and my upstairs neighbors are alcoholics who fight non-stop, so that really makes me homesick. The walls are so thin that I've started taking sides in their arguments. Like, I'll hear one of them lie to the other, and I'll just sit up in bed and be like, "No, Dean, that is bullshit." I think Lisa and I are going to leave him pretty soon. Yeah. Other than that, I like living here. Portland is good. It's got the same problems that most major cities do. Not neo-Nazis. I know that's what you were thinking. I'm thinking of something worse. Slow walkers. Like, the worst for me are the slow-walking couples. The ones that have found each other. Like, they hold hands, and they block the entire sidewalk while just having a leisurely stroll. Like, not only are you making me late, but you're reminding me that I am gonna die alone. All right? I have a soul-crushing job to get to. Get out of my way. I don't go to my hometown very often, because my family lives there. But I did go back for Halloween last year, and that was good. Although this last year for Halloween, the police started putting up signs in the yards of sex offenders to warn children, no trick-or-treating here. I get the idea, but I thought that Halloween was supposed to be scary. Plus, you know that those are the houses giving the best candy, right? I would take that gamble. I'm Jonathan Kaufman. Thank you.
Let's give it over Jonathan Kaufman, everybody. Oh, yeah. You know what you get when you take a Catholic mother and a Jewish father? You know what you get? A lot of shitty comments from older Jews. There's not a real one. Mother's maybe. Oh my goodness, you guys. French Catholic, for those paying attention, are Huguenots. The word of the day is Huguenot. Goodness gracious, you know, it's funny. Jonathan didn't ever feel like he was his family's favorite. Do you know who is their dad's favorite? You know who's their dad's favorite? The guy from the Aaron Hernandez thing on Netflix who didn't kill anybody. Remember, you know the gay guy? You know the guy whose dad is like now the proud gay legalized marijuana dad? That's the real fucking hero of that movie or that show, man. I love that guy, dude. But you know, it kind of bummed me out, man. That guy loved his dad so much. That's not what bummed me out. I mean, that's cool. A little jealous. But, like, it really made me think, like, man, I wish I had friends who murdered fucking people, you know? My dad would be like, you got me on the hook for $85,000 for the student loans. I'd be like, yeah, but I never killed 3 guys, you know? I never blew a $40 million fucking contract. I mean, you know, my dad, honestly, knowing him, he'd be like, the only part he'd be happy about was like, yeah, but you're not gay, you know? Like, fucking dad. My dad, let's get it out, like, out there. My dad is not a racist homophobe. He just talks, dresses, and votes like one. You know, that's all. Well, you know, I'm thinking about it. Okay, my dad's a racist homophobe. Woo! That's a rough one, you guys. My goodness. Aaron Hernandez. What else were we talking about? Aaron Hernandez? That's what a lady said when he was coming in for his fucking sentencing. Was a lady just proclaimed, oh my God, he's so hot. And his lawyer said, we need to get more women on the jury. That's true. That's true, you guys. What else is going on in the world of politics? Let's see, what is going on in the world of politics? President's giving out medals. President's giving out medals, you guys. Medals of freedom. Medals of freedom. And people are fucking feeling all kinds of feelings about that shit right now. I want to tell you guys something right now. If you got a feeling about that, that's cool. That's cool. You can have a feeling about it. But I want to just tell you, in 1986, I got the Presidential Medal of Fitness. All right? Yeah. So fuck all those medals. They don't mean shit, you guys. What is a presidential? I think, here's what it is. I think Trump got confused and he thought he was just pardoning a motherfucker. And he's just like, I don't know, give him freedom. Did he touch some kids or something? I don't know. Did he lock some Mexicans up until they starved to death in the desert? Fucking give him freedom. Because that's, you guys know the guy in Maricopa County, sheriff, toughest sheriff in America, you guys, pink underwear guy. That sheriff spends way too much time thinking about men's underwear. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, I don't think his constituency would be into it. Is all I'm saying. You guys come to the stage as somebody who started dropping into the HotBox not too long ago. We're very excited to bring this person back. Don't take it wrong, all right? Just because of the guy's last name does not mean he's got pockets full of shit for you little treat freaks, all right? Let's give it up for the fabulous, the engaging, the entertaining, Mr. Trevor Coker, everybody!
I don't have cocaine. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, and I have a great relationship with my dad. He's a wonderful guy. So, sorry to all the sad comedians. I can start listing off other cool things about my life. Got a girlfriend, got this suit, Pretty funny. I recently burned my mouth on a Taco Bell burrito, though. That was a pretty big low point. Yeah, can you believe that shit? They're fucking cooking their burritos now? I thought they were kept in an obese man's armpit until they were body temperature. That's how I prefer it. A couple months ago, I fractured my heel climbing a tree, and I went to the doctor, and she goes, oh my god, my son did the exact same thing. And I was like, oh really, how old is he? And she's like, he's like 4. It's like, sounds like a pretty cool kid. Sounds like he likes to have fun. I saw this documentary called Sex Robots a while ago, and I'll be honest, it was because human relationships weren't working out so well at the time. And so I thought I'd find out what the scientists were cooking up for me. It turns out mostly nightmares. It's not going well in that industry. First of all, the documentary was like hosted by not like a guy in the field or a mechanical engineer. They just found a guy with like a ponytail and some cargo shorts and some Crocs, and they were like, "You want to fuck a robot, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, totally." And they were like, "You don't have any like dignity or self-respect or anything like that." He was like, "Fucking Crocs, dude. What are you talking about?" And they just sent him around the whole world filling up synthetic boobs. And most of the time he'd like feel the boobs and he'd be like, "All right, these boobs feel pretty good, but can you do anything about that that like lifeless stare that it's given back at me? Like it reminds me a lot of a dead trout." And they're like, "No, we can't do anything about that." And, one guy was really inspiring though. There's this guy in Minnesota that is literally just trying to make fuck machines in his garage. And it's not going well at all. The first one he said they had to dismantle it because it was dangerously powerful, which means they definitely tested that shit out on somebody. Like he called over his buddy and he was like, "I finally got the formula, but just make sure you only leave it at half power because this thing it'll fuck shit up." And he didn't, and I think it like fucking destroyed his truck or something. This guy was serious. He was like taking apart tractor engines and using fucking hydraulics and shit. But you guys remember that show, Cash Cab?
Yeah.
It was a pretty good show. I wish that was the whole joke. No. The only thing that bothered me about that show, like, it's pretty basic. The guy drives around in a cab, they get in, he throws on the disco lights, and he's like, "Cool, now answer questions." It's like Jeopardy, but without all the fucking nerds. So, it's just regular people. But they never did the outtakes. And I know there were outtakes, because it was like a real cab in real New York City. That means like 80% were just like couples trying to fuck in the back seat. And he's like, "What's the capital of Michigan?" And deeper's not the answer. Sorry, it's another strike. And I know at least once they got a guy with epilepsy, and they were like, "God, this guy is a real fan. Take it easy, buddy. It's okay." I'm from Idaho, and most of the time when I tell people I'm from Idaho, they're like, "Oh, potatoes, right?" And I'm like, "Sure, man. I've never seen an Idaho potato farm. You know what? People who farm potatoes don't give a shit about potatoes." And then they're usually like, "Well, you guys got like a bunch of neo-Nazis too, right?" And I'm like, "Let's talk about potatoes. You want to talk about potatoes? Those are interesting, right? You can turn them into French fries." One thing we did do though, Idaho was where the TV was invented. That's how goddamn boring Idaho is. They were just like, "I'm gonna see somebody else having fun, and I'll pretend that I'm also having fun." You guys remember that guy Khashoggi? This is some pretty old material, I'll be totally honest with you. But we cared about him for like a second. He was a journalist. He got super duper assassinated.
Oh, Jamal Khashoggi.
Exactly. And I did not do the research to find out his full name for this joke. That's I am. But Jamal Khashoggi got super assassinated, and they did not do a good job of covering it up. They tried to say that it was a bar fight, and the problem is bars are illegal in Saudi Arabia, so it definitely wasn't that. And one of the guys that went in there was carrying a bone saw, which is kind of like the most suspicious item that you can possibly have on your person. Like, if you were planning a cruise with your best friend and you saw them packing a bone saw, you just pretend you didn't see it. Because then, if you saw it, then they know that you know that they have a fucking bone saw, and now you are dead, sir. All right, one more for the road. I saw a different documentary about a guy who liked to have sex with cars. And to be honest, it just looked difficult, man. Like, he tried to explain how you have sex with a car. It takes a lot of sponges and time. And I'm here to tell you guys, don't do it. It's too much effort. All right, I'm sure effective. Shouldn't end on that one, but I'll take it.
I'm glad we've all gotten in the rhythm of, like, I don't know how to put the fucking mic in and out of the fucking mic stand. Like, thank you for handing it to me. One more time for Trevor, guys. Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the cash cab. I'm glad you guys have an appreciation for, like, older fucking reality shows. Do you guys remember Fear Factor, right? Yeah, that was a good show. Like, I get to experience that, like, on a kind of, like, weekly basis. Like, whenever I, like, make a home cooked meal, my kids treat it like they're in the Fear Factor, you know? Like the second round of Fear Factor. You guys remember how, like, that show worked? You know, in the second round we had to do something, like, disgusting, right? Like, you have to, like, eat, like, a bowl of bugs or something, or, like, you know, eat a cadaver. Like a service animal. Did you guys not watch this show? You guys don't remember the shit they had to fucking do with that? Yeah, like, that's how my kids treated me, you know, me making, like, chicken. Like I bring the food out and they start to, like, sweat and I start to, like, tear up and stuff. You know, getting nervous. And then eventually, like, one of the kids would fucking cave and I'd be like, all right, Oliver, you've been eliminated from this round. And you will not be moving on to the next round of dessert. Which was store-bought, so you fucked up. Alright guys, let's keep it going. Our next comedian is gonna make the rest of us feel fucking shitty for fucking being comics. You guys give it up for fucking Rachel Miles!
I'm sad. Oh, your lying-ass friend is back. There she is. I'm so glad you're back. Yes, you're here. I'm a liar too. I like that you admitted to lying. People be like, Rachel, why did you lie? Why did you lie? Why did you say that you had a patty melt for lunch when you really had a tuna fish sandwich? And I'm like, my lunch was none of your fucking business, okay? Like, that's my business. Nobody knows why I lie. Yeah, so let's talk about some shit. Work is hard. It's hard to find good work, right? Does anybody get paid enough for what they do? Nobody gets paid enough, right? It's ridiculous. I'm always trying to come up with new money-making schemes and shit. Like, I'm like, maybe I could turn tricks again. But I'm not 16 anymore, so... Yeah. And I'm like, you know, like I kind of want to be a cam girl. I've been thinking about, like, maybe I could be a cam girl, but I need someone to buy me a computer. So, one of y'all want to, you know, just, like, help me launch my career? That would be great. I also don't know if there's a market for me masturbating in squalor. Like, I don't know if there's anything out there for me for that. So I got a corporate job. I work in corporate customer service. and I know it doesn't fit. I know that. I'm not really cut out for corporate. I spend a lot of time, I wear my shoes for 10 hours a day. Like, not these shoes, other shoes. Today I had a day off. I wear shoes for 10 hours a day, and I gotta hold my burps and my farts in. I'm not about that life. That's not the life I'm about. I'm about masturbating all day and eating Pakistani food in the bathtub. Thank you. That's the kind of life I'm about. Yeah. And I'm afraid I'm gonna get fired from this job for insubordination. Because my face is mad disrespectful. Have you seen this bitch? Where did you find this bitch? Yeah. And also I'm an anti-capitalist, so that makes shit really hard. Yeah. Fuck the system. I spend a lot of time at work trying to figure out, like, how can I rectify this with myself? Like, how can I destroy the company from the inside, really? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe I could fuck my way up the corporate ladder, destroy capitalism with my pussy. But my only weapon is herpes, so don't know how that's gonna work. How many bottoms can you rock? I'm rocking bottoms. I'm rock bottom, y'all. Seriously, I'm rock bottom. You ever chase someone down the street? 'Cause you like to make a scene? No, you're just like, no, please don't leave me. I could be the kind of person you want to be with. I'll stop fucking other people. He was like, lady, I'm gonna make my New Year cuck, huh? Is that what you just said? Please don't stop fucking other people. Are you a cuck? Oh my God, I've been looking for you. I want a cuck so bad. Oh God, sorry, I just got a little off track. That was very exciting to me. We'll talk later, yeah. Absolutely, you can watch me fuck somebody else later. We'll fuck first, and then we'll go find somebody else. I'll look at you. It's gonna be great. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you all had to watch that. He and I are having a private moment in public. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah, and I'm like, please, and he's like, I'm sorry, lady. I gotta get to my next delivery. This pizza's getting cold. That was hard to follow after all of that. I understand. Yeah, so where are my freaky people at? Freaky people who likes freaky shit? Yes. I love freaky sex. Portland is like the place for freaky sex. I found it's easy to find people who are into certain kinks. You know, like it's easy to find someone to spank you or choke you or spit in your face. But the minute I ask a guy to tell me he loves me, all of a sudden I'm not the fun kind of freak anymore. Then you just got weird, Rachel. Yeah. So my grandmother, she caught me masturbating when I was 7 years old. Yeah, my mom in my mom's closet, and she was like, "You're a dirty little girl." So now I need that shit. It is very necessary. Yeah, and it's funny. And then when I was about 12 years old, my mother always had all kinds of goodies that she would hide in her nightstand. You know, she'd have cookies and candy, and she had this vibrating thing that was a neck massager. And I discovered it when I hit puberty, and I was like, oh my God, my mom is a dumb bitch. She has no idea you can put this shit on your pussy. No clue. This dumb bitch. She has no idea what she has, the power she has here. And then when I was in my 20s, I realized that was my mother's vibrator. I'm the dumb bitch. I was using my mother's vibrator. And that's how I got herpes. I'm Rachel Miles. Thank you.
Let's get it going for Rachel Miles, everybody. Fuck yes. Oh my goodness, you guys. So, dilemmas are what everybody's dealing with them, right? Everybody getting older every fucking day until you die. And there's shit that you do that you don't know how to undo, right? The shit that you don't know how to undo. I'm 48 years old, man. I've been through the whole, let's just put it this way, normal behavior, shit that was normal when I was 20, not considered normal or cool anymore, all right? I'll give you an example. When I was about 23 years old, I paid a guy 200 Clickatat, a member of the Clickatat community, I paid him $250 to go sit in a sweat lodge for a half a day, and I got to call myself a shaman after that. That's right, I'm a shaman. I know people are saying, that's fucking bullshit. You're a white Jew. You are culturally appropriating people's shit by calling yourself a shaman. And I think that's fucking true. I absolutely do agree with that. But what am I supposed to do? How am I going to find this guy to get my $250 back? Because, as I said, I'm a Jew. So whose culture is being disrespected here? You want me to fucking just not do something I paid money for? You fucking bigots, man. You guys are terrible. You guys are like Hitler or something. I think that was Hitler. Hitler said, Jews can't call themselves shamans. I think that was one of Hitler's rules. And you're all just like that. Terrible. I'm kind of paranoid. Paranoid about shit that other people are. A lot of people get paranoid about regular stuff, you know, like cops. That seems to be a popular one. Koreans, less popular. Filler. Their missile program's not there, you know, right? Flu, like Asian flu, that seems to bother people a lot for some fucking reason. People who don't go to the doctor are really bothered about that. It was like, you know, there's other shit you're doing wrong. But I get paranoid about different stuff. I'm getting paranoid lately, the older I get, that I'm about one head injury away from becoming a Christian. Like, seriously, I've been looking into helmets. Because I don't know how it happens. You ever meet somebody who seems like a normal person and then all of a sudden they just get a relationship with Jesus? What the fuck is that about, man? What the fuck is that about? Especially, it's always the person you're like, yeah, Jesus found me. Where is Jesus hanging out, man? Because I know where you were when Jesus found you, and I think Jesus has got better options than that. I don't buy it. Are you sure that wasn't just a tweaker with long hair, man? Was he doing something that looked like yoga, but standing up? That guy was on the nod, bro. That guy was on the fucking nod. People are bummed out about, let me tell you something. Everybody in the Pacific Northwest, they love everything that lives outside, except people. They don't fucking love it. They don't love people that live outside here at all. That's right, book me. I'm real PC, you guys. I think it's all perceptual, though, man. People's biggest complaint is the bums can shit outside, which is what you pay money to do in the summer. I don't understand. You know, I guess it's because it's your porch, but I figured it out. Just give the homeless people, like, deer and bear costumes and shit. And then when they're, you know, dumping in your yard or fucking in the park, it's like, oh, nature. Isn't that cute? That's so adorable. And the heroin junkies, all you got to do with the heroin junkies, hear me out here, okay? It's going to cost a little bit, but I think it's worth it. You get a bunch of pieces of linoleum, 3 feet by 3 feet, and you put them in front of every heroin junkie on the street, and then you play Herbie Hancock music through public address systems. And then you don't have a bunch of junkies, you just got a bunch of white people doing bad breakdancing all over town, you know? It's fine, it works out. Book me, Portland, book me. Yeah, I don't like the same dead people that you do, but that's fine, you guys. Oh my goodness, but you know who's alive and I like him just fine. He's a sweet human being, he's a lovely man, he's got beautiful eyes. He's dumb as a bag of doorknobs, but he's pretty, and that's all that fucking matters in this country. He's a real sweet guy, he's got a big heart. You guys, let's give it up for my friend, Mr. Bram Kennedy, everybody!
Thank you. I don't even get offended when Chris calls me dumb, because he's fucking dumb. Hate that guy. Fuck. I always wanted to be a cuck. Anybody who's looking. I feel like cucks are like the cool dads of husbands. Like, yeah, no, you two just go upstairs, have fun, but, you know, leave the door open. I want to be that kind of husband that's like stays up late polishing his shotgun in the living room in case somebody doesn't bring his baby girl to orgasm. Better. I have a thing for cougars whose sons have died. Like, oh no, he would have been my age? Damn. He died when he was 14? Oh, so you never, like, got to buy him a car or something. So we can help each other out. I'm pretty sure I'm straight. Things change, but I'm pretty sure. I found out when I was like really young. I was hanging out with all my friends. We were playing Truth or Dare, and you know, one thing led to another, and I sucked all their dicks. They were like, dare, and I was like, all right, I dare you to let me suck your dick. Like, it's just to embarrass you. It's not. I don't like it. That's not for me. You're gay. You are, man. You're gay. You came all over me. Fuck. So hot though. No, they were all a lot older than me. It's never funny when I say they were all a lot younger than me. That's like bad. So, yeah, it's weird because they say truth is comedy, but. You guys remember Smear the Queer? Oh man, that used to be such an offensive game, but now it's like, that's how you're supposed to say it. Like, it's just the smearing part that's offensive, but like, what you don't know is, we all want to be the queer. We're all going for the ball. The smearing is a good thing. It's like, you get 5 dudes to pile on top of you, and you're like, you're queer! And you're like, I know! It's so fun. Yeah. I don't know what they call it now. What do they call it? When one guy's really gay and everybody wrestles with him. But he's got a ball, so it's just a game. What do you call that? Literally, somebody, I want to play. How do I get a bunch of kids to tackle me? Okay. It's not real. Okay. I've been referred to as a womanizer. Which, I didn't even know that was a real thing. Like, I thought that was just a thing in movies. Like, a laser gun that turns items into women. But, turns out it's the exact opposite. Thanks. No, I've been eating a lot of seaweed lately. That's what I call it when my girlfriend doesn't shower or shave. I don't know. Okay. I've got a recycling bin in my dining room with a bunch of boxes in it, like broken down boxes, but I never take it out. And then so I just throw away most of my recycling. But I have the recycling bin because bitches love recycling. Okay. I thought if I got you guys going for a while, then I could like land it, but it's hard. There's no such thing as bitches. That's not a real thing anymore, guys. Just a bunch of nice ladies who love recycling and hate being demeaned. You know what I mean? They just like being treated like human beings, and I get it, because.
Why not?
So you know what? I have a notebook of funny, really nice to women jokes. I love them. If I could count the number of times that I've gotten laid a little bit after a girl said, "I don't think I want to have sex tonight," I'd be in jail. Okay. This is like a risky place. This is like where we come to get recorded doing underground comedy. In front of a camera that's well lit, and then he also puts subtitles with all our names. So
I stopped doing that.
it's fun. He's a good guy. Oh, boy. This, you know? Okay. One of you, I'm gonna be sucking one of your dicks later. This table's digging it. I don't know which one of you's making the rest of you laugh, but I'm sucking your dick later. I feel a little weird about abortions. Yeah. It's just weird. I have a daughter, and she's like pretty young, so she like remembered being in the womb. Like she like can talk earlier in age than other kids. So she like told me all about being conscious inside her mother right after I gave her a bunch of mushrooms. It was really cool. And yeah, now I just don't feel the same about it. I got a tattoo of my daughter's name, so things are getting pretty serious. You guys know Zeus used to like come down to Earth as animals and like fuck people's wives? That was like his thing. Like he'd come down to as like a swan and fuck your wife, and she'd love it because it was like that Zeus dick, like that fucking that Zeus goose cock, like that spiral shit. Humans don't have it. I don't know. That just like really disturbed me when I found that out, because like getting cheated on is one thing, but like with an animal, like really. Like, Zeus fucked my wife as a manager at U-Haul. I can handle that. Do I put it?
He's a manager. Don't do it.
He was actually an assistant manager. Shit's fucking. Anyways, how do I?
Just hand it, Mike.
Go for Sam! But everyone's respecting the rule that I don't know how do you work the mic stand, okay? Yeah, fun fact about me, a lot of you guys don't know this. It's supposed to be a joke that I have a lot of kids. I did that backwards. We're gonna move past this. Yeah, and just, you know, like it's like I love having kids, but sometimes I'm like, you know, envious of people that get to wake up voluntarily, you know? I don't know if you guys know what that's like. Because I don't know what that shit's like. I'm lucky if I don't wake up with all kids. Like, I have 3 kids. I'm lucky if I don't wake up with all 3 kids already in the bed when I wake up. Which, like, the whole concept of that is a trap in itself because, you know, like I'll be sleeping and one kid will sneak in the bed, and then by the time the second kid gets in the bed with me, I'll wake up, but I can't tell them to fuck off because I let the first kid in the bed, right? And then by the time, you just don't want to be the 3rd fucking kid to get in bed, because then you get the dog spot at the end. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys have parents like me? Oh, lucky you guys. It's just like, alright, well, you can either get the dog spot or go back to the room with the monsters in it. You know? You have to fucking do that. Yeah, there's probably more to that. It doesn't matter. Alright, our next comic, I'm gonna fuck up your name so bad, but let's give it up for Lewis. Last name. Yeah! There you go!
Fuck last names, we don't need them. Okay, this is what, I've been here a couple times now, and it's always like walking to Shrek Swamp. It's full of mud and slime, but this shit classed it up. I feel like fucking Frank Sinatra in this bitch. I'm also into cougars. Whenever I walk into a bar, I always sit at the bar in a stool just like this, just like looking around for cougars who are looking for a boy toy to like slave up. And like to like make myself known, I always this is what I do to make myself known to the cougars. Woo! Totally. Whoa! Did I break that? No. Totally improv. Okay, that was like, yeah. Just look like you just had your first beer and everything's all good. And that's how you win in life. Yeah, so this, it's been a while since I'm here, so now I'm, like, my shyness is back, and I'm like Why are you laughing? That's my new year hasn't gone so well so far. Like, I told myself no more fast food, and then I just walked out a Taco Bell, just like right before I got here. That's like, I'm fucking the Norm from Cheers at my local Taco Bell. It's like, is it bad if you just walk into Taco Bell and say, "How you doing again, sir? Back to the usual?" You know, Crunchwrap Supreme, Mountain Dew, cheesy bean rice burritos. Those are really good. Oh my god, man! I'm lucky that it was raining earlier and all the hot sauce came right off my jacket. So no proof. Oh my god! I stayed like in the bathroom for like 30 minutes, and I hate when my local Taco Bell only has one stall. It's like they guilt trip you for staying there for too long. And it's not my fault that they don't put a mirror in there. Do you realize that fast food places take off mirrors? It's like they don't want you to see how grimy you are. So I stay in there longer because I don't have any idea how ugly I am. It's all internal then. I guess the good thing about this year, I guess, is like this will be like the first Valentine's Day that I kind of have someone, kinda. I met someone online. Who's a girl from the military, but she'll return to America in a couple months. So it's like a date, like a not. I don't know. It's like I've really pretty much only been single my whole life. So like when we do meet, I feel like she's just gonna see me, a really wet gremlin. Like, don't feed me after midnight. I look like I've been fed like after midnight all the time. I'm a pretty strange taste. I'm like a really crumbly blue cheese that just gets more. Not there are many people like blue cheese, I've been told. I'm a rare taste. I'm a rare taste, I guess. Yeah, this year hasn't been so good for me because, like, I've already suffered a big loss this week. The fucking Super Bowl got me good. I did not drink during the Super Bowl, but I really had I was ill the next day. Okay, I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. Yeah, so it was a really sad day. What makes us so dedicated to our sports teams? Like it was, I'm a Bay Area native, and I'm just like I was drenched in red and gold. I remember like a Steve Young jersey was probably the first article of clothing I've ever wore, and like some people get so disgusted whenever I say we made it to the Super Bowl. Like I was a part of the team, but trust me, you have no idea how much money I spent on Domino's pizzas during the NFL season. Like if you put together all the money I spent on the team this year, it should be like I should be a shareholder in it. I had a great time with the Super Bowl Sunday, being with family and friends, gorging myself on chicken wings and pizza, like huge. Everything was smooth sailing to the fourth quarter, and that's when everything went downhill. I don't blame the loss on Jimmy Garoppolo or Kyle Shanahan or the superstardom that is Patrick Mahomes. I blame it completely on my dad. Like once the fourth quarter started and my friends left early, then the Chiefs started to score. Like that's when my dad just threw off all of his shit. Like my dad is a Raiders fan, but he supported the 49ers for that day. And then as soon as the Chiefs scored, he just dumped all the shit in my face. And I believe that negativity equals more negativity. And I blame the Chiefs winning all on him. Like my dad and I do not get along that well. I guess like sports is like the only time we do get along, and but I always have to watch sports without him. Like he is my kryptonite. Okay. It went pretty well. Like the last couple months of 2019 were not so good because my dad got kidney failure. He has to do dialysis like every couple of days a week. But I tell you, I had so much fun without him. Oh my God! Like being in the hospital, his doctor put us, the whole family, into a little private room and told us what possibly could happen, that he could possibly die. But all I kept thinking was, I kept laughing in my head, like, oh my God, this is awesome. I hate that about myself, but mostly I was laughing because his doctor looked just like Sarah Silverman. She could just bust into a vagina model at any moment. My dad does not have vagina problems, as I know, but he's getting better, and I think 2020 will be a pretty good year. That's really all I gotta say. Okay, I love you. Bye bye.
Let's give it up for Luis Bonillo! Hell yeah, everybody! There's nothing more fun than when I have to give somebody the light when they're talking about their father's kidney failure. That doesn't feel bad or anything. Oh my goodness. I'm not a sports guy. I was wondering how Janine Garofalo could have possibly been to blame. I don't know. Is there a player named Janine Garofalo? Oh, Jimmy Garofalo. Well, that makes way more sense than Janine Garofalo. But why not blame her for some shit too? She takes a notebook on stage too, buddy. She does. She does. That's why my excuse for a long time when I was just too depressed and my brain wouldn't focus. And I was like, yeah, Janine Garofalo does it. She's a top 100 comedian. I'm not. So I guess I don't get to. Oh my goodness. Vagina monologues, man. Vagina monologues. Sarah Silverman. I'm familiar. I'm familiar. I dated in the 90s, so I'm familiar with a lot of feminist theory that doesn't really hold up. The vagina monologues is, people always say, you gotta check out the vagina monologues, And I'll be honest with you, I've never really liked ventriloquism, so. You get it? Oh my goodness. Jokes. Recently got a book that I'm looking forward to getting into real soon. It's on Depression era cooking. Because I've been basically crying and eating cookie dough on the couch the same way for a long time. So I'm looking for some new options as far as that goes. Maybe a spoon. Maybe because I've been trying. I know, right? Just bust out some other shit. I've been doing it like toothpaste for a while, just poking a hole in the fucking thing and kneading it, squeezing it in my mouth. It's fucking wonderful. It's wonderful. Oh my God, you guys! I'm just so excited. There's so many good comics in here tonight. I'm a little high too. Louis was terrific. I enjoyed your set, my man. I enjoyed your set, and we're gonna give it up now for Louis's companion. I don't know which one of you guys is Jay and which one of you guys is Silent Bob. To be honest, silhouette-wise, you're both different periods of Kevin Smith's perspective. Just saying. Let's give it up for post-heart attack Kevin Smith, everybody. Mr. Mikey News!
Push the button and it'll pull right up. There you go.
Ah. Damn. Alright. Well, I'm just saying, Chris, vote right. First off, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. There's the microphone. And secondly, get yourself a new pair of pants. I get your slinging dick and you're a single man, but Jesus Christ. Okay? Alright, I only have 4 things to talk about. It's been a while. I haven't been up here in a while, so I got the nerves as well. Just got in a fight today with my wife before I came out here. It happens. Fucking happens. I've been married for 9 years. I'm 33 years old. That means I met my wife in church. Alright. They got me good though. They put me in some church program where I was supposed to learn, how to walk my life for God and do good things and all that stuff. But it all sucked, but I found a good woman out of it, so fuck it, I'll take it. But anyways, being that I met my wife in such a spiritual element, she starts believing in a lot of other spiritual elements as well. The great thing about fighting your wife, I don't know, like 2 days before a full fucking moon, is that the reason we got in a fight is because in 2 days there's gonna be a full fucking moon. I don't get it either, but I'm like, I'll take it. Yeah, babe, I can't believe it. I was so fucking pissed. That fucking moon. God damn Venus or Mars. I don't know, one of them. God bless the stones and the rocks. Oh yeah, my dad's an asshole, right? I got a young sister. I'm Latino as well, so I'm 33. My youngest sister is 14 years old. One of 7 children, all right? So he's complaining he has to go to one of her fucking basketball games. I'm like, Dad, I get that it's kind of boring, but weren't you the same fucking asshole who was dragging us to men's slow pitch softball games? Talk about a waste of fucking time. At least Lily can go to college. You guys are fucking past your goddamn prime. What are we fucking doing here? You geriatric fucking police officer, firefighter, whatever the fuck you guys are doing, guys. Couldn't stand them anyways. What I noticed about those softball games was like you can really see the men who are really trying to fucking show what they got. You know, you got these guys in the tightest bike shorts that you could possibly buy. They wear the biggest cup they can find, and they're up there. It's just disgusting. I don't know why I was there. That stuff never. The guy with the bike shorts really just ingrained in my head. Like Jesus, tight glutes. I want to be like that when I grow up. But you know, disturbing. You got the fat first baseman. Every guy has one. My dad was personally really terrible at baseball or softball, anything like that. You know, he grew up from a immigrant household, so they weren't allowed to play sports. He's just good at talking shit, so he played catcher the whole time. It was funny to watch that. Anyways, man, slow pitch softball is just a big waste of time. If you want to get a divorce with your wife, start wasting a lot of your time in men's slow pitch softball. The other day I was speaking to text one of my friends, and I was like, yeah, man, one of the ways you can get to my house is, you know, take a left on 17th and then go up Kaufman. And I was looking at the text, and it said Waze, W-A-Z-E. I was like, that's the most 2020 thing I've ever fucking seen. Waze is W-A-Y-S. But Waze, the app, in 2020, is the way it's spelled and speak to text. That's the joke, okay, guys? I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to say tonight. I had Christmas. Oh, fuck. Okay, here we go. Christmas happened, right? My wife took 2 weeks of vacation for us. Guess who found out we had 2 weeks of vacation and decided to make it about them? My fucking in-laws. They decided to come visit. I live in a 600 square foot overpriced home in downtown Vancouver where you could, you know, buy a new delicious... sorry, I'm going to go on. They're trying to make me sell my house now for more money. But the point is, there's nothing worse than, you know, having your in-laws come in, visit you, unexpected, but your wife the whole time bitching doesn't help either, you know what I'm saying? You're between a rock and a hard place. I still have to work that one out. That sounds really rude. Anyways, I'm going to let the next comedian come up. I'm pretty much done for the night. Thank you very much, guys.
Right, keep it going for Mikey. Does your hoodie say Galveston, Texas on it?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Do you have a relation to Galveston, Texas?
I went there once.
You went there? I moved here from Houston, which is right next to Galveston.
My wife is a Texan.
Okay, is she Houstonian?
She's a Fort Worth.
Fort Worthan? Ugh. We were so close. Yeah, I did move here from fucking Houston, and I you know, like, it's nice being up here, okay? Because, like, when you're, like, yeah, to sum it up, yeah. And, like, if you do any kind of art of any sort, like, if you're living in Houston, probably in Fort Worth and Dallas, too, is that people will be like, hey, when are you moving to Austin? Because that's where they do all this shit. And I like to compare Austin and Portland a lot because of the whole keep it weird thing, right? And, like, I just think that both cities are weird, but, like, in really different ways. Like, Austin is weird like Kanye West. Think about it for a second, okay? Because there's no denying he's weird, right? But more than anything else, he's a fucking asshole. Which is like, well, that's Austin weird. Whereas like Portland weird is more like watching a Japanese game show. Especially if you don't speak the language. Because you're like, what the fuck am I looking at? But why can't I look away? Right? Yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about. Chris fucking left, so I'm gonna take over right now. Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Alright, if you guys want to give it up for our next comic, Talon Stanley! Woo!
It's so cool to just get it handed to you. I've never had such treatment. I am married. And I know what you're thinking. How did he get married to a human person? And I have no fucking idea. I lost it. I had one at one point, I promise. It's gone now. Fuck. I got all thrown off now. I have no idea. I'm starting a hashtag, fuck egg noodles. Now, there's a reason. Because it's pretty bullshit. You have this much liquid here. You think I was just going to leave it at that? No, I'm going to make sure you know why I say fuck egg noodles. And you're not going to forget either. You got this much water. You got this much pasta. And somehow you end up with this much pasta. How the fuck does that happen? Alright, moving on. I got lucky. I married a woman. I was really hoping I would land that one. I got pretty lucky. But another fun fact about her and I's relationship, we took each other's virginities. Yeah, super cute, I know. But I'm really worried that someday she's going to cheat on me. I don't think she would, but if she does, I'm scared that, she'll see what a real dick looks like. I'm working with like a C-. There's a B+ would just bring a whole new complication to the relationship. Then if I catch her cheating, then I gotta kill the guy. Then I gotta go to jail. And there's gonna be the guy in the corner. Sup, fatty? I'm not ready for that, guys. This is my favorite joke to do after a marriage. You guys ever watch crime shows? Yeah. It's always the husband. It's always the husband. But there was one show that I was watching with my wife, and I thought I couldn't help but remark upon it. He had his wife on her knees in front of him, pointing a gun at her. I'll get on the ground to emulate what she was going through this day. Pointing a gun at her, saying, "Turn around so I don't have to see your face when I kill you." And then she does. I would have at least done one of a couple things, kind of doubled down, like, remember that nice kiss? Yeah? I sucked your dad's dick just before that. Now, or, I'm already here. Something. Offer something to this, try to save it. I don't know. It's just my brain working, guys. I figured you guys would like to witness this just a little bit. But another thing about my wife, lots of fun stuff here. There was one day we were driving home for a long night. I have told this multiple times. I'm looking at her right now, and she's about to cry again. Now, she hid and killed a squirrel, which obviously that's sad. I mean, I laughed, but that's fine. But a couple minutes after, she was out, it seemed like it was okay, and then I just heard, I'm like, what's going on? What if it was a mommy or a daddy squirrel, and now their kids don't have food because I killed the parents, and now they're all gonna die? Probably. Sounds like a pretty realistic situation to me. But let me ask you guys a question. To start off, she got a little upset, but have you ever had a good squirrel soup? No. Look me dead in the eye and tell me that's not worth risking your marriage. Bet you can't. You guys ever buy a car on Craigslist? Yeah. So, and I know a lot of people. I do. A lot of people have their consultant. Go to. I'm gonna look at and buy this car. What do you think? Now, I like to be the type of person to give the most insight you can. Like you might be looking at replacing these couple things within this many miles. Then there's always the assholes that are like, I want to buy this car. And they'll be like, okay, that's fine. But the windshield wipers are going to go out in like 3,000 miles. Well, fuck. Okay, well, guess I won't get that one if you say I shouldn't get it. All right, how about this one? This one looks pretty good. No. You buy it, those fucking headlights are just going to shatter. Oh my god, okay, so there's something wrong with that one too. This one has to be good. There's no way this one isn't good. What do you think of this one? Yes, get that one, absolutely. If you want to die, those airbags will never work and they will kill you. Oh, yes, wonderful. So that's how I get out of this conversation with you right now? That's all I got for you guys tonight. You have a wonderful evening. Don't be an asshole.
Let's keep it going for Talon Stanley, everybody. Oh my god, I love that guy. He's fucking great. He's great. In Georgia, we call it Brunswick stew. It's squirrel meat and hog's head. It's delicious. It's fucking delicious. It's horrifying to have prepared in front of you, but it's fucking delicious. I don't know if I want to buy a car off of Craigslist. I mean, isn't that where you go to buy methamphetamines? I don't really like those fucking stores that sell too many different things. I don't think they're focused on the right shit, I mean, Craigslist, really, I think the meth has probably gotten better on Craigslist since you can't buy pussy and dick there anymore. Right? I don't know. Maybe not. You guys. People talk about all the time things that are dangerous for children in this country. They talk about getting rid of shit all the time to protect children. It's always like in video games, right? Like that seems to be the one that's been going on for like 20 years. Is let's ban video games. Let's ban video games. Kids are shooting places up because of video games. You guys, kids are, I don't know, running over hookers and getting their money back because of video games. And, all that. But I just want you guys to think about this. The Center for Missing and Exploited Children tracks over 2,700 missing children every month in this country. And I'm 48 years old. Nobody's ever talked about getting rid of hide and seek. I'm just saying. Seems like that's obvious, man. I mean, kids are a lot better. I mean, they start when they're young, too. People don't realize it. You started when they're young with this shit, You get it going on that. Next thing you know, your kid's on a fucking milk can. Milk carton. I don't drink milk. I don't know. What do you fucking kids put your milk in boxes these days? Fucking boxes that don't need refrigeration, you fucking freaks. Bunch of European communist bastards. It's not even fucking pus and cow titty juice in those things anymore. It's just like hazelnut. Hazelnut water. I'm not going to call it hazelnut milk. God damn it. It's fine. I'll drink that shit. It's not good in coffee. You ever pour fucking milk in your coffee and there's nuts floating around? Not the hazelnut creamer, motherfucker. I know that shit's delicious. We're not talking about Dairy Delight, all right? That shit's not real milk either, but it's fine. Cool Whip's the best. Cool Whip's the best. We're gonna start off. I'm just gonna not talk about anything funny at all. We're gonna start about food, which is fine. I started making fondant potatoes this week, you guys, and it's been amazing. Fondant potatoes are fucking great. There's nothing funny about them. They're just fabulous. Cook fondant potatoes. It takes like an hour, but what are you doing with your life? Nothing. Eat fondant potatoes. You guys. Amen. Amen. God damn right. I'm going to start thinking about this today real quick. Before I bring up the headline comedian this evening, the person who's going to be closing it out for this evening, this person I'm very excited to bring up. But I want to circle back to this real quick. This thought, somebody said, hey man, started me thinking about religion. I was having this thought earlier today. When does religion become an ethnic identity? And I think I realized it's when you still do the shit, but you don't believe in any of it anymore, right? Then it's not. Then it's just your culture, your ethnicity at that point, right? That's why, Jews are an ethnicity, because we don't fucking believe in God. No! Have you seen how we act in our own country? We don't believe in God at all. But we fucking still light the candles and shit. And it's peaked. It's peaked. Again, I'm old. I've lived through the 90s. I've lived through spiritualism, and I'm old enough to have seen adult white women light sage in their apartments and roll their eyes while they're doing it. It's like, bitch, you lit that fucking sage.
Why are you smoking the place up if you don't think this shit's real? Get the ear candle out of your fucking head for a second and listen to me, you know? You know you don't ear candle, do you?
No,
Don't fucking ear candle. If you're dating somebody who says ear candles works, there's two options. One, they got a hole that goes all the way through their fucking head. Or two, they're just stupid, like they got a hole that goes all the way through their fucking head. I don't know if you know how fucking vacuum works, but if there's... Anyways, you guys, I'm sorry. I dated somebody who used ear candle fucking waxes before. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, but there's a bunch of stuff on the inside. That's ash from the fucking thing you're burning in your head. Sorry, Melissa. How you doing? Shout out. Shout out. Good person. Good person, you guys. Generations do communicate with each other poorly, right? Like words change meaning. I was thinking about this earlier today, watching Desus and Mero. That's right, I'm cool. That's right. But here's the thing, man. Like, if you're my age, you can't praise your kids like you would naturally. You can't say wow to your children anymore. Wow does not mean good shit anymore. Like, that's how I can tell if you're under 40, if the word wow takes more than 2 seconds to pronounce inside your head. Wow! Wow! Stop being so mean to me, Dad. Stop being so mean and say wow. You guys get it. Sorry. It's too much time. Is that the light? All right, guys. I should bring the remote over here to give myself a light. You guys are way too supportive, honestly. I'm not going to get good if you fucking are nice to me like this all the time. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, thank you. That's my time. You guys, coming to the stage, your headline comedian is tonight. This is the first time this person's been in the HotBox. We're very excited to have her up here. Let's give it up for the fabulous, the fantabulous, the rockin' and rollin'est, Courtney!
How's everyone doing? I don't care. Okay, so I actually just moved here to Portland not too long ago. Everyone was like, oh, rain's here a lot. I've been used to being wet, I got used to being wet, basically because I find a lot of things to turn me on. Like, I see a man walking down the street with a cane. And I'm like, my guy. He knows how to handle a big stick. And I like that. I like that in a man. No, so, we just moved to Portland, and I'm on the market for a bed. Does anyone here have a memory foam mattress? Yeah. Well, I didn't know the big deal about it. I only bought it because it was the cheapest thing that I could find. And, but yeah, I remember like being a teenager and seeing commercials of something like there's a wine glass here on the edge of the bed and someone's jumping. I'm like, well, okay, I don't see the point in that until one night. My wife and I got into a fight, and I actually learned how to be passive-aggressive by moving to Portland. Like, I learned what passive-aggressive was. So we got in a fight, and, normally, I could just roll around in bed, and she knew I was angry because she could feel me fucking rolling around. But, in our new memory foam mattress, I'm like, and then, my hand just kind of fell right here. I'm like, I don't think she saw that. Looking at my nightstand, I know what's in there. And I think she's sleeping. Let's see if this jumping thing really doesn't disturb it. She wakes up the next morning, babe, are you having nightmares? I heard you screaming. Mind your fucking business. Just get. And for those of you who do have a memory foam mattress, you're welcome. And for those of you who do not have a memory foam mattress, it's like $200 on Amazon. Thanks, guys.
Let's give it a go for Courtney, everybody. Excellent first HotBox for Courtney. Excellent first HotBox. It is true, they're the cheaper shit. I actually take this like post-purchase, like when they raise the price on something, I feel like it's not like I can sell it to get the extra money, but I do feel like, oh shit, my household is worth more now. That's true. My mint memory foam mattress, or is it the Salt and Straw, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. Is that an ice cream store? I don't know. I can't tell. There's like 800. They're all made by the same fucking company, you know? Here's the downside to having a new mattress. This is something I learned recently. When you have an old mattress, doesn't matter. Old mattress doesn't matter. When you have a brand new mattress, you find out that your ass sweats a W into that thing in about the 90-day test period, basically, is when that. And they know you're not going to send that back with your big brown W ass on that fucking thing. Fucking terrible, you guys. Fucking terrible. Well, you guys, that has been the HotBox. You guys have been fabulous. If I can leave you with anything, any bit of advice, don't fight sober. That's just not a good fucking plan. Fight drunk as shit. I've fought sober before, and I'll tell you something. I might be a better fighter sober, but I can remember what a pussy I am, and it's not great. It's not great at all, you guys. Get blackout drunk before you get blackout punched, all right? You guys have a good night. Ave HotBox 2.0.
I'm tired of running around looking for answers to questions that I already know. I could build me a castle with memories just to have somewhere to go. Count the days and the nights that it takes to get back in the saddle again. Feed the pigeons some clay, turn the night into day, and start talking again when you know what to say.
Let's do this shit for real. Come on now.